They got a million toys at Toys R Us that I can play with. I don't want to grow up. I'm a Toys R Us kid. They got the best for so much less.
Toys R Us was every child's dreamland, filled to the ceiling with aisle after aisle of every type of toy you could ever imagine.
Hi there, friends, it's Jeffrey. When you come to Toys R Us, you can meet me, along with Gigi and little baby G. And wait till you hear who else you can see.
You'll meet the amazing Spider-Man at Toys R Us.
The company was a giant in the industry, dominating toy sales for decades. At peak, Toys R Us was considered a classic example of what is called a category killer, or a business that specializes thoroughly and efficiently in one sector, so much that it pushes out the competition from both smaller specialty stores and larger chains in that space. Now, since the rise of merchants like Walmart, Target, and Amazon, Toys R Us has lost much of its share of the toy market and fell well behind others, falling behind Walmart back in 1998. Also, you may have heard that the company filed for bankruptcy last year, but even more recently, just in the past few weeks, rumors have been flying around that the company will soon close up shop on all of its stores in the United States, putting thousands out of work and being an end to an era.
I don't want to grow up, I'm a Toys R Us kid.
They got a million toys at Toys R Us that she can play with.
I don't want to grow up, I'm a toy.
As a former employee of Toys R Us, it really sucks to see a company going under. But today I wanted to take a closer look at some of the factors that have been playing a role in the downward decline of its profits and causing the potential shutdown. Then I also want to kind of reflect a little bit on what it's actually like to work at Toys R Us.
Yeah! You're a little too heavy, buddy.
Yeah!
We're going down.
Yeah! Yeah!
First, let's get a little bit of history. The company was actually founded by Charles P. Lazarus in its modern incarnation in 1957, and Toys R Us traces its origins back to Lazarus' child furniture store that he started in 1948. He later added in toys to his stores and eventually shifted his focus to just being toys. The company's been in the toy business for over 65 years and currently has around 800 stores in the United States and Canada, with around another 800 spread throughout the rest of the world, mainly in the UK. Yet even with being the world's biggest standalone toy store, it has become increasingly hard to keep profits up. Walmart is actually the #1 seller of toys in America, so competing with other big box stores certainly plays a massive role in the decline in sales. But what has really been putting the final nail in the coffin is the change in online shopping. And yes, Toys R Us does run a very sizable online retail front that's very successful, but it is a drop in the bucket compared to that of Amazon and Walmart's online stores. So with less and less people these days choosing to shop in person, instead opting for the convenience of an Amazon Prime with free shipping, or Walmart's slightly lower prices that can be delivered right to their door without having to drive to the nearest Toys R Us, it has been a real struggle to keep their heads above water in what feels like a very heavy, one-sided losing battle. Now, back in my day in the mid-1990s, toys and video games were a major part of my childhood. Pokemon cards, Game Boy games, Legos, and train sets were all must-have items in every birthday or Christmas list throughout my entire childhood, most of which I were likely purchased by my parents at our local Toys R Us. But kids these days don't seem to have the same likeness for physical toys as I did growing up. The times have changed. Now, next time you're out in public, take a quick second and look around and notice what some of the kids around you are doing. Now, most likely, they're either A, bored out of their minds with their parents, or B, buried neck deep in a phone or a tablet. Technology has taken over and has taken away the need for imagination and also the need for actual physical toys out of the equation for kids. Kids these days would much rather play Angry Birds than fly a kite, or stream their favorite videos than rather building a Lego set. There's a massive shift in culture, and I feel like this is also playing a huge role in the way that these toy sales are declining. This is a very apparent while I was working at Toys R Us. During my time there, they were really trying to push selling tablets, and this because they saw this trend where all these kids were on these tablets. They tried selling these kid-friendly tablets, these nubby tablets, and these kids-only tablets, these froggy pads or whatever they're called. And they're really trying to make a push for it, but ultimately not that many people even knew that Toys R Us sold tablets. So they either opted for other tech stores like Best Buy, or again, simply purchased them online. So if the rumors are true and Toys R Us is really going to close its doors for good, it would be a real shame. It would suck to see so many great people out of a job. I remember during my time with the company, almost every person I worked with, from managers to cashiers to stock people to truck drivers, were all amazing and fun people. It really is a cool environment to work in a store like that. Now that said, I wasn't crazy about my time there. I loved the people, but I didn't care for some of the policies, like being forced to work Black Friday, even though it forced me to leave my family Thanksgiving dinner a few hours early and not sleep for over 2 straight days, or how the pay raises were basically pennies, even for employees who had been there for several years. Overall, though, I'd say my time there was a fun time, but not something I'd want to do long term. But it still truly will be a sad day if they decide to call it quits. But anyway, guys, that's all I have for today. I hope you guys all enjoyed today's video. If you guys did, do me a huge favor, smash that like button, hit that subscribe button for more videos in your sub boxes. Also, let me know your thoughts on Toys R Us. Do you guys have any memories from going there as a kid, or maybe even as a parent going there and buying things for your kids? I would love to hear your good experiences, your bad experiences, all of your thoughts and concerns on Toys R Us, and whether or not you think they should close down and that Amazon Prime should just take over, or if you're going to be sad to see them go like the rest of us. Love to hear all that down in the comment section. But until next time, guys, remember that it's always K-Mac time somewhere. Until then, take it easy and peace out.
I wanna grow up, 'cause baby, if I did, I couldn't be a Toys R Us kid.
More games, more toys.